Let's speak now to Allam Ahmed, who's the president of the World Association for Sustainable Development, joins us now from London. Mr. Ahmed, welcome to the programme. So let's look at it. Ethiopia calling this a national triumph that will lift millions out of poverty. Egypt saying the dam will have a devastating impact on their economy. In Sudan, worried about the amounts of water discharged daily and the threat to smaller dams downstream. All couched in this kind of colonial agreement with the British back in the day, in another age that guaranteed Egypt's Nile waters. You do wonder, looking in from the outside, what it will take to break this deadlock.
Thank you for inviting me. We have spoken quite a lot about this in the past, and the basics of these problems and the fundamentals are still there. Number one, the transparency about the technical assessment, the risk, the security of this dam is still under serious questions, and even this is Donald Trump referred to it. The Ethiopian, many people have argued for the Ethiopian to really open up their files. I mean, at least I have said this 7 times in your channel here. That will solve part of the problem, because then we'll be talking about scientific, clear evidence whether there is a risk or if there is any huge problems going to happen in the past, earthquake, and this site is being argued to be quite dangerous. It might destroy these countries downstream, Egypt and particularly Sudan. Secondly, I think if you look back 10 years ago when the Ethiopian announced they are building this dam, Sudan government and the Egyptian government, they said they were shocked and they have no idea. So the basics of building such a mega project in a continent like Africa needs to have a huge consultation. But given that we have a fact now, we have a big projects already, 75% I think, or even 80% is already being built. Huge amount, billions of pounds have been spent. There's lots of stakeholders here, including Chinese and other funders. We need to look to the reality. And I have always said, this should be always treated as an African affairs, and it can only be resolved as an African affairs.
Right, so how helpful is it?
Neighbors.
How helpful is it on that basis that the US president steps in and says that, you know, Egypt may well blow up the dam?
Interestingly, this statement has 2 sides. From one side, it's extremely not helpful. It is irresponsible from a serving president like Donald Trump to make this statement, which is simply saying there could be a war between Egypt and Ethiopia. This is absolutely not acceptable diplomatically or from all aspects of the norm of the governance of countries and the international relation, international law. Is not helpful. But at the same time, some people can see it as helpful because it gives a clear warning to countries that they really have to take this issue seriously. The safety, the risk. And I think it's a clear warning also to the Sudanese government that they should take this issue seriously, because the Sudanese have been seen over the last many months and years of negotiation very cozy with the Ethiopians. They have ignored the risk assessment, the safety of this project. So it's a warning to both countries, Ethiopia, Sudan, that they should take this issue seriously, because Egypt has been very active in trying to resolve it. Ethiopia should now be getting a clear, if you like, warning about the importance of cooperating to reach a solution.
Okay.
And the Sudanese government is getting a clear warning that they should take the risk assessment, the safety of its people seriously. Many experts.
Well, water supply on that level presents a huge geopolitical problem, doesn't it? And it's going to take some time for it to be resolved. Allam Ahmed, we appreciate your time. Thanks very much indeed.